everyone, this is Mary from SVG Cuts, and I'm here today with some really fun photography and maybe social media, photo sharing inspired projects. So I've been thinking about making like a 35mm style camera for some time now. So I finally sat down and figured out how I wanted it to go together. And I think it's super cool how the lid fits on there. So it's, you know, it's a gift box or decor or like whatever you want it to be. So obviously, just like a lot of our projects that you make, it's something really cool that you can use as a gift box, which is always like a nice wow factor, and you really can pour your own creativity into it and adapt it to whoever you want to give it to. So that is really cute and fun, and a bunch of you guys have already made these without even seeing this video, which I'm so impressed by, and I think you're awesome and they look super cool. So we also have a cute little hashtag, which could be used with our 3D letters if you want to make a little phrase with a hashtag in front of it. And I just think it's really cool. I see this being used in maybe in your craft room if you want to make like a crafty word and put it in front of it, or just, you know, by itself is cute. And I also think it'd be cool in like a teenager or young person's bedroom. Like when I was a teenager or young person, you should have seen all the decor I had plastered all over my bedroom, like everything that I just like to look at and I thought was cool all over my shelves and my walls, and it just made me happy to hang out in my room. So if you have a young person that kind of feels the same way about decorating their room, I think that would be really fun for them too. So we also have a cute little box here, which obviously looks a great deal like a certain social media icon that we all know and love, but it's different enough so that it's not actually, you know, identical. It's not really the same, but it kind of looks inspired by that, and I think it's really cute to put something inside of. And as you can see, these little holes are see-through and it's finished off really nicely. So somebody mentioned that it'd be cute to give as a gift with, you know, a photo gift inside, like prints of pictures or maybe a small album, like a 6x6 little album. There's a lot of websites where you can go on and have your pictures just kind of quickly uploaded and printed in a cute little, like a cute little paperback flip book, which would be really cute in there too. So we also have 2 cards to go with all these projects, which could be standalone. You know, you could give them any kind of theme that you want with, depending on your papers and your colors and everything. And of course you could make them to go with any of these gifts as well too. So who doesn't love getting, you know, a photo of someone that they love in a card? So I think it could really be used for anyone that you want to send a cute picture to. And it's nice and easy to put the photo behind the instant photo frame there, because all you have to do is trim your photo to 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, which it says in your PDF in your downloads, so you can see that, and it's nice and easy. So the paper that I used this time, actually, I think it's discontinued, so I don't know if I should even really talk about it, but just FYI. Super cute, by Studio Calico. It's called Darling Dear, and I've had it for a while, just hanging out in my stash, and I finally decided to use it because I thought it would be perfect for these cute projects. So of course, any kind of paper that you have that you want to use is going to look awesome, and I can't wait to see your project. So I've got all my pieces cut out to show you how these 3 items go together, so let's get started. So let's start out with our camera, and I've got the lid here, as you can see, and the lid is made up of these 3 main pieces, and there are some little dials and a cute panel on the front, but we're just going to put together the main part of the camera, which is mostly just these 2 pieces here. So all I'm going to do is put some glue on the side tab of either one of them, doesn't matter which, and just glue them together side to side. And then I will glue together the other side. And then it's really just a matter of gluing everything else together. It's pretty obvious where it goes, so it's nice and easy. And this fold actually needs to go the other way, as well as this fold. And then we can put together our top first. That kind of helps it take shape a little more right away. And I'm just doing my best to line up the edge of the paper with the fold. And now it's just a matter of basically laying this piece down here and then this piece down here. So to do that, I will put some glue on maybe like 3 tabs at a time. And just go one at a time and line those up real nice. Give it a chance to dry before you move on to the next one. And so on. So I'm just going to work my way around the rest of these tabs here. And I can either get my glue in from the top, or if it's easier to go in from the other side, that's doable. And I'm just going to go ahead and put glue on the rest of these tabs. And then work my way down the line again. If I wanted to, I probably could have put glue on all of those tabs if I can work quickly enough before the glue starts to dry. And I'm just kind of letting them fall right into place and making sure that my glue is getting a nice hold. And then I can go ahead and do the same exact thing on the other side. It's really the same shape, it's just slightly shorter on the other side. So just go ahead and glue this down right into place. So now I've got my lid mostly all together, and I just want to put my liner into place, which gets folded like this. And then all I want to do is put glue on the inside on these 2 flat surfaces here. And then I'll just go ahead and stick that right inside and squeeze it as it's drying so that it dries nice and flat. And there's our liner and our camera lid. So now let's take a look at the bottom. So now here are the main pieces of the bottom of my camera. And as you can see, they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I've got these 2 pieces that look like this, which are the bottom. And I want to kind of take a look at my camera here, and you can see that it gets folded. These score lines get folded the opposite way here on piece number 1. And then also on piece number 4, we want those to get folded the opposite way as well. And now we can go ahead and just start gluing these together side to side in order. And your machine will have cut these numbers into your pieces as well. I just went ahead and darkened them in with a marker so that you could see them in this video, which you can do if you want, but it's not necessary. As long as you can see what order your pieces are supposed to go in, then you're all set. So as usual, I've just got a nice thin even layer of glue on my tabs, going all the way out to the corners. And I'm just doing my best to line it up as precisely as possible here with the edge of the paper along the folded edge of the other piece. And I'm just going 1 tab at a time, taking my time and just lining it up and allowing it to dry a little bit as I go. So I've got piece number 4 here. And you just want to work your way around your camera until all of your pieces are glued together side to side. So I'll take this last piece here and you can see the front of my camera has taken shape there. And now all that's left to do is close it up. So now that my camera is all closed up, I can glue over all of these nice top tabs like this. And those are there just to add some stability and to strengthen up the top, keep it nice and straight and strong. So go ahead and glue all of those over. So I've folded over and glued all my top strengthening tabs there, and now I can just flip my camera over and put glue on all of those tabs. And then I want to grab one of these is slightly smaller than the other. This one's smaller, so I'll set that aside. And then I just want to glue this bottom piece right into place. And if you want, you can work your way a couple tabs at a time. I think it's going to be easiest, personally, just to put glue on all of these, making sure your glue goes all the way out to those little corners. And I want to work kind of quickly before my glue dries. And then I'm just going to pop that bottom right into place. So I'm just doing my best to line it up as precisely as possible as my glue is drying. And once it's lined up well enough, I can flip it over and push down from the inside on all those little tabs. And then I can take my smaller shape, put glue all over that. Oops. Well, you want to make sure that you've got it in the right orientation first, and then put glue all over the bottom and glue that right into the bottom to finish it off and strengthen it up even more. So now on your camera, you've got these side pieces here. There's one that's folded a couple times, a little back panel, and then another side panel with some folds in it. So you can go ahead and put those on. And now let's take a look at the lens. So now for our lens, I've got my pieces laid out here. And as you can see, this one here goes together, and it's got two pieces like this. That is the front part of the lens because it's a little bit skinnier, and that's what that is. And then the back part of the lens is separate, and it's these four pieces. It's a little bit wider. And it's also got a clear plastic circle. So first, let's just do one at a time here, obviously. And these two rings are liners that go on the inside. This goes on the face of the lens. And this goes on the inside. And then this is the outside of it. So let's take this piece, and there are some little score lines here, but we don't want to fold it. I just want to use those as guidelines for lining up the other edge when we glue it together like this. So you can just line that up with those two little lines to help you get it nice and straight. And then it doesn't matter which side you do. I'm just going to fold all these tabs over on one side of it, and then I'm going to put it face down, and these two are identical, so take one of them, and those four little tiny circles are there just to let you know, hey, this is the liner, so you don't have to wonder if you have the right piece in your hand. So as you can see, I just put a nice thin line of glue around the outside of it, and I'm working on top of a piece of scrap paper because I'm planning on getting some glue on my work surface here. So as you can see, I just put it face down inside my lens, and I'm just going around and pushing down from the inside with my finger. So this piece here in the front of the lens does not have any plastic in it. It's basically just like a donut shape. So the next thing I want to do is take my interior circle here, and I would like to glue the tab on the outside just to kind of hide it from view in my finished project, but it's not really the end of the world if you glue it on the other side. So again, I just want to line it up as nicely as possible. And that's going to go right on the inside. So what I want to do is, it doesn't matter if I've got it going like this or like this, either way is totally fine. And I want to bend these tabs towards myself, going all the way around. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting it in like this. So in order to do that, I'm going to bend these the opposite way just to get them out of the way. And then I can go ahead and put a ring of glue on the inside like this. And then push my piece in like this. And then put it face down and push from the inside. And it's a tight squeeze in there, so if you want to grab a pencil, you know, use the eraser side of a pencil or some other kind of tool, that works. So next I'm going to just gently kind of fold these away lightly just to get them out of the way also. And then I'm just going to set this piece in here without any glue or anything on it. And that's just kind of to help hold the shape of the inside and the outside. And I want to keep it really close to the top and kind of nice and level. Now I can go ahead and fold all of these back in. And so that they're going in the proper direction here. Because in just a minute we will be putting glue all over this and sticking it on the other part of the lens. But before that, I can go ahead and put glue all over the face of my lens here. And I want a nice pretty even layer going all the way around, making sure it kind of goes pretty close to the edges, but not so close or so much that it's going to be kind of glopping out. I kind of have maybe a little too much glue on mine because it's going to be coming out the sides, but you get the idea. So that just fits right on the face of the lens, and I did get glue all over the place, but like I said, you get the idea. So that is the face of our lens, and there's a little panel that goes here and also one that goes around it. So if you want to go ahead and put that on, you can do that now. And then let's take a look at the other part of our lens. I'm going to put my plastic circle to the side, and I've got this one long piece here. And what I want to do is glue this tab actually what I need to do is you should be gluing it like this. I just messed up. What you want to do is put glue on this part of your tab and glue it like this. I put glue in the wrong place. I'm just going to go with it. It's not the end of the world. That could just be on the bottom, you know, like the underside. No one's gonna take points off your awesome paper camera for that tab there. So now what I want to do is fold over all these tabs like this. Doesn't matter which side you do, just pick a side and fold them all over. Put that face down. And now I want to take this piece with the 4 holes in it and put a nice ring of glue all the way around the outside. And again, I'm working on top of some scrap paper because I'm going to be getting glue all over the place. And then I just put that face down on the inside and push down all the way around. So now I'm going to move to like a clean area of my scrap paper here, and I want to put a nice little fat ring of glue right around in the middle of my piece on the inside. And I'm going to take my plastic circle, and this time I actually got acetate from the scrapbook store, which my machine was able to cut really nicely at the highest pressure setting. But in the past I've used just office supply page protector plastic and just cut it by hand. So that information is in your PDF download if you're wondering about what kind of plastic you want to use. So as you can see, I just glued my plastic circle on the inside there, and now I can go ahead and fold these tabs over, and I can glue the donut-shaped piece to the front of my lens, or to the front of this part of the lens rather. So I'm just going to take this piece and glue that right on the front, and then I can take this piece and I'm going to put a nice ring of glue around on those tabs and put that back piece into place. And you might want to make sure that your tabs are kind of facing up so that the glue gets a chance to make contact there, and give that a moment to dry. And this is just the back of the entire lens. So now I can just flip that over, and if you want to put your strip on at this point, if you want to emboss it to add some texture, that looks kind of cool because lenses have so many little textured areas on them. And now you can just put glue all over all of these tabs here, and then we're just going to carefully align that right smack dab on the center of the other piece. And you probably want to be a little more careful with your glue than I'm being right now, because you don't want it to be squirting out the sides there. So I'm just going to carefully center this and push down, and maybe I'll just kind of hold it while it dries a little bit longer than usual. And if you've got maybe an X-Acto knife or something and you want to clean up any glue that's coming out the sides, now's a good time to do that before it dries. So now you can just take your finished lens with all your decorations and panels and everything that you have on it and put glue all over the back of it. Maybe go a little bit heavy in the center, and then just carefully center that right on the face of your camera. Now for the three little dials that are on the top of the lid. They're nice and simple. There's this piece here, which just gets folded on every part of this each little part where there's a score line just gets folded. And then we can put a little bit of glue on this side tab and bend that around, fold that into place, give it a chance to dry. And then we just want to put glue on either one, both sides are the same, and glue that little piece into place. And then we can glue that right on top of our circles, which all you want to do is glue them all together to form a nice thick circle, and then your piece, which you've already glued together, you can just glue right on the top. So next for the hashtag, it's nice and simple. I've got the two back pieces here in my hand. One of them has a circle cut out, that's the liner, and the other one obviously it's going in the same direction, that is the back, and then the opposite direction one is the front. And then we've got our side pieces here, which are also numbered. And once again, your machine will have cut these left and right, L and R number letters and these numbers, your machine will have cut those, but I went ahead and darkened them in with a marker so that you could see them in this video. And then this is the little small piece that's going to go on the inside of the symbol. So first of all, let's just glue these all together side to side in order 1 through 4. So I've just got some glue on the side tab there, and I'm lining it up nicely, and I'm just going to work my way down for all 4 pieces. And in your PDF download, if it helps you, there's a little diagram in there that could possibly help. My printer's a little low on ink, so it looks kind of funky, but if this helps you to look at this in your PDF download, it shows the 2 L's, the 2 R's. There's 2 little rectangles here to show you where the bottom is and 2 circles to show you where the top is. So if that helps you, you can take a look at that. And I'm just going to continue gluing my side pieces together here. And there we go. So as you can see, there's a little rectangle here and a little rectangle there. Those go at the bottom. And then there's 2 circles. There's a circle here and there's a circle here, and those are going to be going up at the top. So those are just there. Those are there to show you where your tabs should be going, just to eliminate any possible confusion. So what you want to do is kind of take a look and say, okay, these 2 are the top, there's the right side, and then anywhere where the fold should be going the other way, you can go ahead and fold it. So basically you want to get this whole shape going in the general shape of a hashtag. I think it's easier to do it like this and fold them now in the right direction, because you can see what you're working with. You can see it taking shape. So now I've got my side folds going in the right directions. And now all that I need to do is just carefully glue this into place. So I think instead of flipping it over and putting a liner in, since there's so much action going like in like this, I think the easiest way to do it is to actually just work your way around a few tabs at a time and just glue that face into place. And if you want to go ahead and put your panel on, like I've got a green panel on this blue, so if you want to put your panel on your face right now, you can, or you can do that at the end. Doesn't really matter, but it's kind of nice while it's able to be put on a flat surface to do that now. And I'm just going to work my way around the whole entire shape like this. I'm going to go like 2 or 3 tabs at a time and just carefully put some glue on and line up any corners, yada yada, and like so. Maybe put your favorite song on or some kind of music that you like, and before you know it, you will have your whole hashtag done. So go ahead and work your way around the outside, going a few tabs at a time. So I've got my outer pieces, my outer sides all in place here, and now I'm going to take my little interior piece and I want to put my glue on the underside of this side tab here, and then put that into place. And as you can see, there's one little circle cut out of this tab, and that is going to go in like this. So I just want to put glue all over these and then just carefully looking at it from above, do my best to line that up nicely, and take a look at it from the front. Looks good. And now I can bend these tabs over without, you know, being careful not to move that piece out of place. And now all of these tabs are going to get glue on them, but you know what? First, actually, I would like to just gently move these all out of the way, because I want to put this piece with the circle cut out of it. This one is a little bit smaller than the back piece, and that's so that it will fit inside nicely. It's not even going to get glued. It's just going to be there to kind of hold everything in shape and provide support. And once these guys are all out of the way, I can just carefully slide this into place. And I just want it to be like just slightly below. I want it to be level, and I would like it to be as close to the top as possible, which it is now, so that's good. And again, no glue necessary on that piece that I just popped in there. It's just like an undergarment support for our project here. And then I can put all these back into the proper alignment. And then I'm going to go ahead and put glue on all of these tabs at once, making sure that my glue goes all the way out to the corners of these tabs, and working kind of quickly so that the glue doesn't start to dry too soon. And once these are all covered with glue, I'm just going to pop that final hashtag shape, which is the back piece, into place. So just working my way around, and I'm still a big fan of this Scotch quick dry adhesive, even though I was reading some of you guys were writing on Facebook that they changed their formula. I noticed that they changed the shape of the bottle tip, but I haven't really noticed a change in the glue. I'm not like a paid endorser or anything. I go to Michael's and I buy it every time, but I know some of you guys were trying some different, or like loving some different glues, like the zip dry glue and the there's another one that I got. I can't remember the name of it, but I've been like afraid to branch out because it's just, personally, this one just works really well for me. But check out our Facebook wall and in our fan comments, the recent posts by others, if you want to see what people are saying about other glues. I just think this one's cool because it's easy to find at like any craft store. I think it works well. It dries at the right rate, I think, for me. So there's the back of my hashtag. There's the front without the panel on it. Good to go. Super cute. So finally, for our instant photo box, we have the lid here, which is finished off nicely. It's got these little like thumb, finger areas to help you take off the top. And then the bottom, which is even simpler. So I'm not even going to put together the bottom because it's just a even simpler version of the top. So if you can do the top, you can do the bottom. And the top, the lid, is made up of these two pieces. And as you can see, one is slightly smaller than the other one. Even these circles here, you can tell that this one is smaller. So we've also got the sides, which there's two pieces that look like this, and then there's two that look like this. And the only difference is this circle here, and you just want to make sure that those are going on opposite sides. So in order to put it together, and again, this is the lid, I just want to grab one of these side pieces, doesn't really matter which one. As long as I'm not gluing the two circles next to each other, I want to glue one that does not have a circle in it next. And then one with a circle next. And just pop that into place. And the final and fourth side here. And then I will just close the loop up by putting glue on that final side tab. So next, in order to strengthen up the lid, we've also got these large tabs, which we're just going to glue under. And the bottom of this box does not have these strengthening tabs, it's just the top. So when you're making the bottom, you're obviously going to be skipping this step that I'm doing right now here. So just put a nice little bunch of glue there on that tab and fold it over. And once all four of them are folded over, then we can set this aside. And we want to make sure that all these tabs are folded over. And then we can go ahead and grab the smaller, one of these is a little smaller. You can tell when you hold them up against each other which one is smaller. And I want to put a nice line of glue around the edge of my piece, maybe like 1/8 of an inch or so away from the edge, just all the way around. And then I think it's nice if you have your two thumb holes on the sides, not on the top and bottom, but on the sides. And then I've got it lined up, so this is the top and this is the bottom. And I'm going to slide that into place, being careful not to wipe my glue on the edge of my project. And I'm also working on top of a scrap paper. And I'm just lining up the top here, and then I'm letting my sides curve around. And something that's kind of nice if you want to do ahead of time, I kind of forgot that before you do this step, if you want to kind of curve your sides that are curved a little bit, like for example, when you still have your sides, these pieces that are curved here, I guess it's not too late. If you want to just kind of curve it a little bit with either a pencil or your fingers or something, if you want to do that before you glue it down, that's even better. It really helps it create more of a nice curved shape. And I'm sorry that I forgot to mention that before I got enthusiastic and put that liner in place. So now all that's left to do here is glue your little acetate, your plastic circles into place here. And then you can go ahead and put your face of your project into place. And I actually got it wrong here. I've got my sides actually on the top and the bottom, but you get the idea. Yours is probably perfect. So now what you want to do is just glue this into place. So first, if you want to go ahead and put your decorative panel, your panel and also your top panel into place. So what I'm saying is if you want to put this floral and the dot and the stripe and all this, maybe not this, if you want to keep it dimensional, put those flat pieces on first, and then you can go ahead and cover this in glue and glue that right into place. Again, with your plastic circles already glued as well. And then just pop this into place. Make sure it's lined up really nicely. You can flip it over, push down from the inside. And that's why I like to wait. If I've got something dimensional that I want to put on the front, I put that on at the end. Like at this point, then I would put this lens piece on because I used some pop dots underneath it to make it pop out. So there you have it, super fun projects for anyone of any age, and definitely adaptable to teenagers, young people, and even boys, which can be hard to make projects for. So I hope you have fun making them, and if you do, you'll have to share pictures on our Facebook wall, on your blog, pin them on Pinterest, share them on Instagram, really anywhere. We always love seeing your pictures, and so do the rest of our crafty friends. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time, and happy crafting.
Learn more by visiting www.svgcuts.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and watch all of our crafty videos on YouTube. It's a world of crafty content with you in the middle. SVGcuts.com, inspiring you to live creatively and beautifully.